guys, it's Jody. Today's video we are going to play with piggies. I got my hands on all of the piggies that were released back in mid-December, I think. And I had wanted to do these videos earlier, but I just wasn't able to. So today I wanted to experiment with them and kind of test them out. We're going to do this in a two-part series though, because I'm not going to do all 11 in one video. We'll do 6 now and then we'll do 5 in another video, but I'm excited. I have not painted with any of them yet. So, and I'm sure some of you probably have already, but I'm interested to see how they dry, because I know for me, when I see them in the jars, I'm like, ooh, I like this one, or oh, I'm not sure about that one, you know, and then sometimes one that I really love, when it's, you know, put together and, you know, with other paints and it dries, I'm not as crazy about it as I was in the jar. And others that I thought, I'm not really crazy about it in the jar, and I absolutely love it in a piece. So we're going to find out what they look like today. So let's go get started painting. All right, we are going to go over all the beautiful piggies that we're going to be experimenting with today. And I've got a couple of just regular paints that we're going to experiment with them. So I'll go over everything really quickly. All right, so all the piggies I have actually mixed up. I was using the Dynasty. I'm not going to show it because I don't want you to get confused, but I actually wanted to try my Dutch Boy. I used to use this all the time with the Jo Sonja, but now we just have it without the Jo Sonja. So I dispersed the piggies, all 6 of the piggies, with the GAC 800, and then I just added some of the Dutch Boy into it. There's no ratios, I just kind of mixed it up together. And so now I will show you everything really quickly. So this one here is this little piggy Algae. That's what it looks like in the container. And this is how it mixed up for me. They're all relatively the same consistency. It's pretty cool in my studio. And then this purple one back here, we have the Zelin, if I'm saying that correctly. Here's the piggy, Zelin. There's the name. There's kind of what it looks like in the container. And this is how it mixed up for me. Really pretty. And then this one back here is the Aquamarine. You can see what that looks like. Aquamarine. This is an interference color, meaning it'll look different on white, lighter backgrounds on white, and lighter backgrounds it'll look more vibrant on darker backgrounds. So we're going to use a darker paint with it today, but that's the consistency of that. You can kind of see it. I don't know if you can see it on the lid there, shimmering. It's that one. And then this one is the Vinyasa piggy. It's kind of, it's supposed to be a really dark blue, but it almost looks like charcoal. But it does have like a really dark, kind of a navy bluish to it. What's the undertone here? I can't even tell. We're gonna find out. But here's the consistency of that one. And then this guy is Pumpkin Pie. Looks like in the container, Pumpkin Pie. That's a really pretty color. This one looks to be a little bit thick. I might add just a squirt of GAC 800 in there just to thin it a little bit. Yeah, I'll do that. And then this last one here is the Gilded. That's what it looks like. And that's how it's spelled. This is really pretty. Whoops. You know what? I'm going to add a little GAC to this one as well just to thin it up a bit more. And if you can see, I was explaining in one of my other videos, it does have a bit of an overcast with the mediums that I use, but if you can see how it dries, I mean, it dries true to color. I'm not worried about what it looks like in the containers. I'm more worried about how it dries. And we're here to experiment with these today. All right, those are the piggies. And then the colors I'm going to be using, the various colors. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick like one color to go with it so we can showcase the piggy, and then the cell activators, which I'll get into. But this one here is, I believe it's Permanent Violet Dark, the golden. I don't remember if I used the fluid or the heavy body. I've had this mixed up. You know what? This is thin, so I'm going to go with this was the fluid. This is mixed with my Valspar, the Valspar Ultra. No varnish, just the Valspar. I mean, there's the consistency of that. And this one is Jo Sonja Black Umber. This one is also mixed with the Valspar Ultra. No varnish. All right, there's that one. And then this one is the Liquitex, the light blue permanent. Again, this is the Valspar. This is a little bit thick. I might add some gack to this one as well, just to thin it up. This one is also the Valspar Ultra, no varnish. All right, those are all the paints we're going to use. All right, my cell activators. I have 3. I'm not going to use all 3 in each, in each one. I'll probably just pick 1 or 2. I mixed up this. Actually, I'm going to talk about this first. This is actually the PBO Studio Acrylics, the blue black that I love so much, and I forgot how much I like this in a cell activator. Not necessarily using it alone, but using it especially on top of the white or the black. It just kind of, it adds, I make it a little bit thinner so it sinks down and it makes just this really cool line. But again, I'm using the Australian Floetrol for all of my cell activators. This white is the Amsterdam Titanium White. I'll put it on the screen. And then this is actually the Atelier Mars Black. I don't have the container with me, but I'll put it on the screen so you can see it. And those are the 3 cell activators that we may or may not use, 1 or all of them. And now my pillow is my PPG Multi-Pro. I don't have the can here, but I will put it on the screen again. As always, it'll also be in the description box down below, per usual, as well as pictures at the end of the video. But this, it's actually this, I don't know if this can, usually this is a lot thicker for me, especially in the winter, because we are really in the winter and it's cold in here, but this is doing well, so we're gonna go with it because I've just got this much left anyways, so we're gonna work with that. So that's everything we're gonna work with. Normally I was thinking about doing little 6x6 canvases, but as I said, I was finishing up some tiles to put in my Etsy shop, and I forgot just how stinking cute they were. So I thought, you know what, we're going to go ahead and we're going to sample on these little tiles. These are just 4-inch tiles, and I do get asked, I've had this question asked a number of times recently, what do I do with my tiles? And I no longer do anything with my tiles. They just come like this. I just tape up the back, and I actually put the name in case I couldn't figure out what was what from drying. So I put the name on the back, but I just tape them up, and then we're just going to pour directly on them. If they're dirty, you might want to clean them up with some alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, but other than that, I don't do anything to them anymore. Same with the non-glossy tiles. The more porous tiles, I've just poured right over them. I used to prime them. I used to put the gesso or the primer on them, and I had something really weird happen, because for the longest time I was priming them and they were perfectly fine, and then one time, I don't know if it was environmentally, it just, as it was drying, it was completely wrinkling up, and I was able to literally lift it off the tile. I haven't had that happen with just pouring right on the tile without doing anything to it. If you feel more comfortable sanding the tile before, you know what, go for it. This is just what I do here. So that is what I do. Now we're going to experiment with all of this. All right. Since we're using these little tiles, we're just going to use my baby spinner, and we're just going to do everything right here. No spinner box today. All right, first one we're going to do is Vinyasa. Actually, you know what? Let me put a little bit. And this is another tip too. I've been asked a lot, how do I keep my canvases or my substrate from flying off of my spinner box? My spinner box. Find my words, Jode. Find my words. My spinner, I usually just put a little bit. If I'm not already, you know, doing other things on it, I'll just, and it's dry, I'll just put a little bit of paint on there. And that will pretty much secure it. But we're not going to be going crazy with spinning here anyways. This is going to put a little bit of pillow on. Should be enough. And I said we were going to use the Vinyasa, so I think I'm going to use the purple with the Vinyasa. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay them down first. Put a little bit of the tube paint on top, and then maybe a little bit after. We'll see. And I don't want it to be too dark, so I'm going to use the white cell activator for this. And I'm not going to use the other one. All right, let's just get into this and not be too technical. Let's have fun. Sometimes I overthink. I need to just stop. Vinyasa. Putting down some of the purple because purple's my favorite color. All right. I'm just gonna put just a little bit there. All right. Those out of the way. Do the white cell activator. Okay. Ooh, my white cell activator is thick. I might have to add a little bit more Floetrol in there because I'm impatient. All right, let's let that come in for a little bit and gather. All right, that is super cute. I'm not even I'm not gonna do anything to it. I'm just gonna spin it. Whew. It's cool in here. Oh, this is so pretty. All right, let's see here. How are we with? Yeah, not a lot of movement. I'm just gonna do one more good spin. I lied, I'm gonna do another. I just want to make sure I take off enough paint because it's thick in here. It's thick in here. Ooh, that's really pretty. Whoa. Let's not put my thumb in there. Yeah, I don't have a lot of movement. That is gorgeous. All right. Put that down for a second and get... Ooh, I can't wait to see how this dries. Good color combo. Good color combo. All right, I'm gonna move this over onto... Oh, careful, Jode. I'm gonna move this over and put a little paint here. All right, tile number 2 is Zelin. Add some pillow. Oof, I cannot wait to see how all of these dry. All right, I'm gonna take, I think I'm going to use the light blue permanent with this one. Let's put some, oh, all right, there goes that. Just trying to be neat about it. That's better. I'm going to put a little bit of gack in there. All right, there's that. I'm just going to put a tiny little bit more on top. Just because. And I think I'm going to use the black cell activator for this one. Just for a nice contrast. You know what? I think I'm going to put just a dot of that too. Look, kind of matches a little, doesn't it? It's got that blue undertone. All right, let's let that gather. I can see that Zelin coming in inside all these little cells. So cool. I'm glad I went with the black cell activator. This is probably going to come off, but whenever there's open space, I always want to put a curly Q in there, so we're just going for it. Everything else looks really cool. I love that. All right, let's just let this, I'm gonna let this gather a little bit more, and then we're gonna spin it out. All right, here we go. I guess I am going to be whipping it. Oof. Gosh, you can really, I cannot wait to see how this dries. Woohoo! Gorgeous. All right, a little bit more. Let's see. I've still got a little bit more movement. Just a little bit. I can see my center is still a little stuck, but that's all right. All right. Not too worried about if the center is stuck. I'm more worried about seeing how these piggies dry. All right, I think we're good. All right, I'm gonna move this one over and we'll move on to the next. All right, next one is Gilded. So we're gonna use the purple. And I feel like for this one, I wanna use the black cell activator. No blue black, just the black. Put down the purple. And then wanted to put the gold down first. Oh well. Something had me do the purple first. That's all right. We'll just load it up with this. And I'll just put a tiny bit more of purple on the top, and then we'll do, well, that's enough. That's a little more than tiny. All right, now we've got the black cell activator. Okay. All right, we'll let that come in. That's coming in nicely. And again, I don't really want to do anything to it. I just want to let it be. So we're just going to spin away. Woo. Ah, I love that right there. Kind of want to go that way. Put it down right there. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Yes, indeed. Let's see, how are we doing? Yeah, still a little bit of movement. Let's... I always tend to go this way because I can get it to spin faster this way than the other way. And I'm just trying to get as much paint off so it doesn't move on me. I think we're just about there. All right. All right. I'm calling this one. All right, next up is the Algae. And I think, since we just did do two purple, because originally I wanted to do purple with that, I think we're going to do the black umber. And then we'll do the white cell activator. All right. Let's put this down first. A little bit more. Let's not be shy here. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit more on top of this too. Okay. And I think we're just going to do the... Nah, you know what? Oops. Whoops. Add a little bit of the blue-black on top of that. Okay. My white is definitely thicker. My cell activator, I might have to add a little bit more. Ooh, look at how that's coming in though. Gorgeous. I'm just trying not to let the middle stick because I've been known to do that. Let that gather. Come up a little bit more. Ooh, I love that. All right, we're not going to do anything to it. Again. Ooh, that is so, so cool. Ah, that's coming in so awesome. Here we go. Ooh, this might be my favorite one. I love that blue black in there, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted it to sink down just so that it's barely there. Yes, indeed. Ooh! These are so much fun. I forgot how much fun little tiles are to do. I get so caught up in the big canvases, I forget these little substrates need love too. All right, how are we doing? Just one more. Let's come down this way just a little. Just trying to get a little bit of this white off, and then I'm going to come back. All right, good. I don't mind the dark stripe here. All right, I'm just going to do one more spin, but I'm going to go that way so it's not as harsh. I think we're just about there. Yep. Yeah, that blue black is going to sink down even further, and it's just going to be just the tiniest hint, and that's all I wanted. All right. Actually, I'm going to do one more, only because I'm seeing a little bit of movement still. All right, there we go. All right, I'm going to put this one aside. We've got two more to go. Whew, there's what that one looks like. I don't know if I did this for some of the others, but I will do a flyover of all of this. One. All right. Next one is pumpkin pie. And I'm going to use the light blue permanent with it. I need to add some gack to that. All right. Pumpkin pie. I think we're going to do what cell activator yet. I'm still thinking. Got the blue. Oh, I love these two colors together. Okay, a little bit more blue. I'm going to do just a little bit more pumpkin pie up top. Just a little. Okay. Let's do the black. Yeah. Let's do the black only. Okay. All right. Let that come in. Scooch that down a little. I don't feel the need to do anything. All these cells are just coming up so nice. And I really just want to see the piggies shine through. So here we go. Yeah, not a lot of movement at all. I just want to do one more this way. I think we're there. All right. Here's what that one. I probably should have done it this way for all of them, but oh well. Here's what that one looks like. One more, last one, is going to be the aquamarine interference. Get this guy to the side safely. All right, last one, as I said, aquamarine. Put the pillow down. And I want to use the black umber because I feel like that's going to showcase it. And then we're going to use the white cell activator. And I think we'll use the blue black too. All right, let's actually put the black umber down first so that we'll be able to see it. I'm not going to be shy with it. And I'm not going to be shy with this either. As I said, this is an interference, and what interference is if you could see on the lid how it dries. It dries, it's not going to look white so much as it is going to be this shimmery color, this aquamarine color. That's what's left behind. And it shows a little bit more on darker backgrounds. It's a little bit more, it shows differently on lighter backgrounds than darker. You can see it a bit more on darker backgrounds, so that's why we're using the black umber. And actually I want to do a little bit more just right on top. And actually, you know what? Let's do I changed my mind. I want to do the black cell activator after I just said all of that. Duh. And I'm going to put just a little bit of the blue black. There we go. All right, here we go. Let that come in. That blue black on there is pronounced right now, but it's a lot thinner, so it's just going to keep sinking and the other colors are going to come up. Some of these look like little eyeballs. I love it. So awesome. Again, I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm just letting the middle come in. I don't know that it's stuck a little. Let's let that come up. All right, here we go. I love how those look like little eyeballs lost at sea. Ooh, this one might be my favorite too. Look at how cool that is. Let's see. A little bit of movement. I'm going to do a good spin. Just about there. All right. Oh yeah. There's what that one looks like. Woo-hoo-hoo. This might be my new favorite. I'm gonna put this one over there and I'm gonna get cleaned up and then I'm gonna bring you over for the flyover of them. And then I'll be back to show you them all dry as well and how they dried. And my final thoughts. And we're back, and I gotta say, those piggies did not disappoint. I don't think I can pick just one favorite, but I will say there was one in the jar where I was like, it's really not a color that I would gravitate towards. And once it dried, I was like, whoa, I like this. And that was the Vinyasa. It almost, I mean, and I'm always going to say, because you know I love the blue black, that PBO, it reminds me of it. So, and this tile and this webbing is just killer. This is probably my favorite tile, but it did not disappoint at all. And this other one too, the Algae, I'm not going to go through all of them, you just saw them, but I just wanted to give a few words on how I felt about them. This Algae, you know, remember it looked like it was blue but with a green undertone, and it's really all you're left with is just that green. That was a sneak attack. I love this one. And I wanted to show you the blue black when I use that for the cell activator. You see how it just kind of, I make it thinner so it sinks down. And I think that's the reason that some of my cells and my paint right in here kind of wanders a little bit, but I don't care. It looks cool, but that's kind of what it does. It kind of makes that little, it looks like a little river going through it with a little bit of flash. So I was really surprised by that one too. I really enjoyed it. The other ones kind of, it was kind of like, yeah, I kind of feel like that's what it's going to look like. And then the only other one was the purple, the Zelin. I had wanted it to be a little bit bolder, but I still love it. And I think it's going to be really gorgeous. And there's that blue black again on black. It's a little bit more subtle than being on white, but you still get the idea of it. But yeah, anyway, I want to know which one is your favorite, you know, and have you played around with them? Have you experimented with them? Have you had the same feelings as me? Like, you know, in the jar, they're like, and then they wow you, or they're like, oh, and then it's like, oh, I don't know. Or it could be, you know, just the colors that you're pairing it with. And it could very well be that for me as well. And I can use it in something else. It didn't wow me the first time, but then it wows me like the second time, like, whoa, all right, this is the color to use it with. So that could be the case as well. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. And I will do this again with the other 5 that were in the release that they did in December. I'm looking forward to playing with those piggies. I don't know if it's going to be the next video or the one after. I'm working on my collab pieces. We're all doing a collab to benefit the fires going on in California. So that collab will be coming, February 1st and 2nd, and then there's going to be an auction. So I'm kind of working on those pieces as well. And of course, I'm going to do more than one because I can't just do one. I need choices. So with that, I will see you at the next video. Take care.